1101 West Lime Street, baby.
So you understand and you didn't show understanding.
Alright guys, welcome back to Mondays with McGriff. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me coming back. Like I've always got something that say, okay, what can we be better at? So that's a heck of a job. Okay, walk all the way and come back, right? Come on.
It's rolling.
This is, guys, welcome back to week 7 of Mondays with McGriff, week 7. And today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everybody, okay? Guys, remember, part of the reason why I'm doing this is to educate and to inform my fans and my parents and the Polk County community and people that just love basketball. So if you have a question, put it in one of the social media things. I don't know what they call outlets, and I'll get it. But let's get started, okay? So Mondays with McGriff, our soapbox issue of the week. Really don't have any issues. We're gonna talk about the Mosaic Stinger Shootout. I think this is our 16th or 17th year running it. The schedule was released this past Monday or Tuesday. It's February 2nd and 3rd at the Hive. And it's a showcase of all of Polk County's teams. First, I want to apologize. I could not get, we don't have enough space. We've got a waiting list of teams that want to get in from out of the county. And we've got a waiting list of teams that want to get in from in the county. So I want to apologize to people like McKeel, who's having a great year. People like Lake Gibson, who's having a great year, that we couldn't get you in. But anyway, the Mosaic schedule is Polk County versus everybody. The best teams we can find throughout the state. And so somebody asked me, well, why is the Mosaic such a hot ticket for the teams? Why do they want to come? Number one, the hospitality. All the teams that come, a lot of the coaches, they want to come every year. Why? The teams get t-shirts. Why? The teams get fed. We feed the teams after the game. Why? The hospitality room is like Fred's Market buffet. Shout out to Fred's Market, right? And we give player of the game plaques, and we recognize the players, and we make sure that it's on social media throughout, okay? Right, the video board, and that was a big hit with all the Mosaic people we had. Videos of each matchup, especially the last 4 or 5 games on Saturday on the video board. We're going to do that again. So people like that. They like the commercials. One of the reasons we're doing this is because we have the video board and the content. The people at the games, they love the content. And so anyway, the Mosaic, and then final thing, the Polk County people know them. We're going to have teams that give them a challenge, and the people that are coming from out of county know, I don't care what happening. When you come to Polk County, the team's gonna play hard. They're gonna get after it. They're gonna be competitive. We ain't scared of you. Things like that. So, all right. So anyway, Mosaic coming up February 2nd and 3rd. We play, I think, 7:30 on Friday versus Windermere Prep, and 6 o'clock on Saturday versus St. Pete Gibbs. That's it for the soapbox. Let's get to our weekend review, okay? First off, we had no game against Arbordale on January 9th. That game has been rescheduled for Wednesday, January 31st in Bartow. That's actually Mosaic week. So we had to reschedule it because of the weather event. All games were canceled last Tuesday. Last Thursday, we went and we lost at Winter Haven 80-56. And credit to the Blue Devils. They're not in my district anymore, so I'm rooting for them to get to the Final Four again and win it. They've been there, I think, 5 or 6 times. Coach Woodside, Coach Kurt, and Coach Jamie and have done a good job. Jamie Phillips and Isaac are seniors, and they've been there, and they want to cap it out. And they put a whooping on us, Yellow Jackets, 80-56. I do want to say this right here. I still think we're getting better. I'm going to explain to you how. Coach Griff, you're an optimist. When anybody that knows me that knows I'm not an optimist, I'm a realist, okay? But then I understand how to continue to build teams, and we think we're building it. So we're going to tell you why. I want to give a shout out to a couple, 3 kids who weren't bad in that game. Asaya Borders, 16 points. He was 6 for 11 shooting, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Did have 7 turnovers, a couple of live turnovers. Remember that live turnover comment. Antoine Willis had 13 points. He did rebound the ball three times. And Ed Wiggins had a terrific floor game. didn't do well offensively, but had 10 rebounds, 4 deflections, 4 blocks, 3 steals, and probably a couple more times where he didn't get the block, but he caused them to miss it. So he was terrific. In his offensive game, we're working on it. It'll come. Okay. So what are my notes from the game? The defense was not bad. Our defense was not bad. I've been saying it all year. And so somebody's going to ask, well, McGriff, how in the hell can you say your defense has not been bad and you gave up 80 points? Well, I'm going to take you inside. It's kind of how we're going to do it today. Okay, we gave up 80 points and they shot 54% from the field. They're a really good team. They're an elite team. They're one of the state's best 2 or 3 teams. I think they're ranked number 2 in the state all classes, okay? So let me tell you why our defense wasn't good. Let me tell you why I think our team is still getting better, even though the final score says 80-56, okay? Winter got 15 points directly off of our turnovers, okay? So they got 6 layups, and we got back to foul them on 3 out of 4 free throws, okay, that there was no defense for. When you turn the ball over and it's a live ball turnover, okay, and a person goes down and lays up a dunks, so we can't take it away. But me as a coach, I'm analyzing, okay, was our defense that bad? Because we gave up 80 points. Sometimes somebody thinks that. So this is to the coaches. I know we got some coaches that are watching. You got to break that thing down. When I broke it down, I said, the defense was not bad. It wasn't great, and they're pretty good. But if you take those live ball turnovers away, they got 65 points, okay? And then I think they scored 80-56. So then it's 65-56. Well, that ain't bad defense, especially against that team. So I want to get a little bit more into the points off of turnovers there. And this is something new. I want to break it down for you more. And you said, well, Coach Griffin, you keep saying you guys are getting better. Well, the first 20 minutes of the game, okay, of those 15 points that we told you they got off of direct baskets, layups, dunks, or free throws because we fouled them off of a turnover, okay? The first 20 minutes of the game, they got 4 points off that. The first 20 minutes of the game, so you're talking about the first half and probably the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, okay? They got 4 points off that. But McGriff, why is that important? Well, with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, about 3:30 to go on the clock, is 42-35 Winter Haven. So the final score is 80-56. But when you go to the coaches' film and you break it down, you're thinking, man, we ain't playing great. They better than us, But it's 42. We're hanging in there, and it's 42-35 Winter Haven. And so that's what gives me hope that the guys we're getting better. The guys are listening. Because even offensively, we're getting better with the turnovers. And then what happened? The last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the third quarter, and about 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, we gave up 11 points. The other 11 points came in that section. So you're talking about a game. Now they're better than us. I'm not, guys, I'm not making excuses. I'm just coaching you. I'm coaching my fans and our parents and our kids and anybody who's listening on how we think as coaches and how we're building a team. It would be easy to have this show if we were 14-1 like Winter Haven. Instead, we're 8-8. This is Griffin. You're gonna keep having the show, yeah, because I think this is good to educate. So 42-35 Winter Haven, under 3.5 minutes to go. We fall apart, turn the ball over. I think it's 4 or 5 times in that stretch, and it goes from 7 points to 17 points by the end of the third quarter, and that was really the ball game. So one of the things is we're building the team. We're kind of building this year's team because each year is different, and it's not going how we want, and that's okay. We're building this year's team. We went to, and I'm gonna tie that in. We're losing battles, but the war is still available to be won. So we're losing battles, but the games we've got to win to advance to the playoffs, they're still in front of us. We're losing battles, but the war is still in front of us. One of the things we took the team to church yesterday at Pastor Pickett's church at Word Alive Ministries in Lakeland. We're actually in enemy territory, Lakeland Dreadnoughts. Pastor Pickett put on his state champion, Adonis Lakeland State Championship ring, and so we had our Bartow State Championship ring from the football team, by the way. And but anyway, we go over there because one of our guys, Antoine Willis, goes to church there. So their senior year, we try to go to the guy's church. And Pastor Pickett is an excellent teacher of the word. And something he said applies to the team and what's happening right now. He said, sometime as a believer, things happen to you so you can develop resistance and strength. And so through the losses, we're developing resistance and strength. That's how we look at it. So that we're ready for the battle, the war that we've got to win late in the year. Okay, so we want to win these games. We weren't going to Winter Haven thinking we just want to stay close. Screw that. We're trying to win it. We got a championship pedigree. But our goal, win the war. And so we didn't do it. Congratulations to Winter Haven. That was our only game this week for our week in review. Okay. Now we're going to move to a huge week because it's a 3-game week. All right. Moving to 2 district games for our preview, weekend preview. Tuesday and Friday are district games versus Lake Gibson and Kathleen, and then Saturday we're at the Wiley Keller. So we got a big week ahead of us, and we're going to explain what the Wiley Keller is, okay? So Tuesday we're headed to Lake Gibson. Lake Gibson's probably one of the 1 or 2 gyms that's the farthest away from Bartow. It's a 50-minute bus ride. I'm going to get me a good nap. And they're 9-7, having a pretty good year. I think this is Coach Boatwright's 2nd year. I think they play Lakeland tonight, and we'll be there to scout it. Somebody asked, well, why does he scout? They're 8-8. Well, it's paying dividends. People that don't understand, it's paying dividends. Okay, but 9-7, and Coach is doing a good job. I think we've got to have this game. Of course, Boatwright's thinking Lake Gibson got to have it too, but we've got to have it because we're kind of close, but in the 2-3 seed as far as the rankings for the district, and they've already beaten Lakeland with them again tonight, and if they beat us, they'll probably jump us. And so we've got to have this game. So it's a big game, and that's how we look at it. Okay, they've got some really good players. Okay, Josh Henderson, kid from last year, is dynamic. He may be, and Poke Hoops, I hope you're listening, he may be one of the most underrated guys in the county. That kid can shoot the ball. He got a little wiggle in this game, can get to the rim. He's a good passer. He's a good anticipator. So I've been watching film on him, getting ready for the game. He could play for anybody in the county. He could play for Lakeland and Victory and Santa Fe, all the best teams in Winter Haven. He's pretty good. He's one of the county's best players. So it's going to be a good game. And then they've got the 2 big kids inside. I can't remember their names. One's Jalen Evans. I think he's number 0. And then the other big kid is number 4. They killed it. Well, Jade Evans is number 4. And I don't know Zero's name, but those 2 kids do football kids. And so some of you say Lake Gibson's 9-7. How you say they're great? Well, they got suspended early in the year, a couple kids. So they lost a few games early. They've been in football mode, and coach is getting them in basketball mode. Those 2 kids inside, 0 and 4. Man, they physical. They make layups. 4 is a great offensive rebounder. They're good anticipators on defense. You can tell that they play football because it goes into the physicality of how they play. And you can tell that they got a good football team because if you're a good football team, that physicality carries over the basketball. So, other kid they got, let me make sure I get this right, freshman kid, Darian Willis. Looks like he's one of the better freshmen in the county. Athletic as all get off, poke it on us if we let him. Taking some shots, shooting the ball. Good passer too. So good game on Tuesday night at Lake Gibson Yellow Jackets. We need you there. I know it's a long way from Bartow, but it's a district game. It's an important district game. We cannot let them pass us in the district standings. We're going to need your support on Lake Gibson on Tuesday night. We play Kathleen on Friday night. We know Kathleen is having a tough season. Okay, we know that they're battling things and things like that. We know that the players, Nixon, number 1, Zion Williams, number 2, Torrance, number 3 are players. Both Battle kids can play. Both Grove boys can play. And then you got the freshman Battle is pretty good, and the other young kid whose brother transferred back. Those kids, they're battling. They're in all the games. And so, Coach McGriff, how do you motivate your team? In the time that we've been in Bartow, nobody's given us more problems. Nobody's beaten us more than Kathleen. Okay, we had the number 1 seed. The last time we won the district. We didn't win it last year. The year before, we beat Winter Haven. We beat Lakeland to win the district. We get Kathleen in the first round and put us out. And so they're going to be ready to play because the fan bases are going to come out. Maybe their fans aren't coming out as much as they could because they're struggling, but there'll be something to come out. Our fans are going to come out. We're going to be ready to play the game. It's a district game, and it's an important game, and we got to start building some momentum. Okay, so that's Friday night. And then Saturday is the Wiley Keller shootout. It's at Charlotte High School in Punta Gorda, Florida. We've been every year since 2009. There's certain events that we go to every year because they're like the Mosaic. Nobody's as good as the Mosaic, right? But it's like the Mosaic. We get great competition, the hospitality. They feed the kids, or they don't feed the kids, but they give the kids t-shirts, things like that. And we know we're going to get a quality opponent. Well, we're going down there again, and we play Central High School from Fort Pierce, Florida. Okay, they're 9-5. They're ranked, I think, 100. They're ranked 93rd in the state, all classes. And so then you say, well, they're 9-5. They ain't great. Well, one of the losses is the OCP. They're top 5 in the state, and it looks like it was close for a while. And one of the losses was to another top 50 team. So they're pretty good. I don't have any information on them. Well, I've got film on them, but I've been getting ready for Lake Gibson, been getting ready for Kathleen, watching that again, and I haven't got to that tape yet. I'll get to it probably after the Lake Gibson game to get ready for that game. But the preliminary, just the information we're gathering, they're pretty good, and we're going to play well to win. The game is at 2:40 p.m. on Saturday. Down in Punta Gorda, Florida. That's Charlotte High School, the Wally Keller Classic. Polk County people, if you've never been down there, it's good ball down there. They got some of the state's best teams down there all weekend on Friday, Saturday. We know you're not going on there Friday because of our game, but on Saturday. Okay, so that's it, and we'll take questions now from Mondays with McGriff.
The first question is, why is it important to get community support?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank our community. They do a terrific job of supporting us. They've done that for most of our team. And it's important because, number one, you're trying to create a positive experience for the guys. What do you mean? Okay, well, we have nice uniforms. Well, the guys like that. They got the 1 and 2 pair of shoes, the flashy shoes. The guys like that. They got the white warm-ups, and they pop them with the hoodies, and they like that. So those things, it's important to get it because you want to make your kids feel special. You want to make your kids feel like they're elite, and our program is elite. Doesn't matter what the record is. How we operate the program is elite. So that's one of the reasons to get community support. The second reason probably because you need that community support, those funds, and them coming to the games to operate. So one of the things, the game day experience, like later this week we're going to drop our game day experience on the road at Winter Haven, but we've already dropped one at home. The game day experience in Bartow is unique. We've got the video board and the PA system that's awesome, that makes the game day experience different. Having the community support allows us to do things. We feed the kids. We got a state-of-the-art weight room that just got built. So community support is important. If I had a daughter, when I got into coaching, I got at Bartow at 22 years old, and I asked myself when I was coaching at Kathleen as an assistant and with the Lakeland Fire, when we started Lakeland Fire, if I had a child, and I got 2 kids now, but I didn't then, how would I want the coach to coach? What kind of program would I want my daughters to be in? What kind of standards do I want? Do I want my daughters to have the nicest uniforms? And so over the time in Bartow, we've always tried to have nice things, and we need the community to do it. We don't have any money with the school, right? And so we've always done that because we want our program to be elite. I would want my daughters to play for an elite program. Not just talking about record-wise, I'm talking about in the way that it makes them feel and the pride. And so community support, that's why it's important.
And why do you think it is, like on a year like this, 8-8, that the community still supports the team even in the average year?
The community values the way we go about doing things. They're invested because our investment is in the child, not just the athlete. And so they come to the games. Number one, it's a small town. We're in the middle of Polk County, Florida. People like sports. Sports brings the community together. Number two, they value how we operate the program. Winning is important. They want us to win. They expect us to win. They're not happy because we're not winning. But that doesn't mean they won't. And there's going to be some that won't come to the game. But the majority of people still come to the games because they know we're fighting. They understand that we've been in this situation before. We've had a year, a few years back, where maybe at this point after 16 games we were 9-7 or 10-6 or 8-8, and they said, well, they can do it again. Maybe they see some hope in the team. But the big reason I think is because they love the values that they have. Okay, we're trying to take care of the kid. We're trying to get this kid, this young man ready for life. Okay, we want him to have a spiritual foundation. Okay, we want him to learn how to be a family man. Those things are important in our society to building positive, productive citizens. So the community supports us because, regardless of the record, because that's what they want for their child. Somebody said, well, Coach McGriff, why does they know we're tough and hard, and it's not for everybody. But why do the kids you get? Well, because that's what they want. They want excellence for their child. And they know that when I coach hard, I'm coaching out of love, right? And so that's it.
That's it. I'm going to leave it on 2 questions.
All right. See you next week.
Sure do.
How much? Number time?
19 minutes,
Yeah.
59 seconds.
Yeah.
701 West Lime Street, baby.